This is one of those things that is just so critical for home and business owners in Oklahoma to understand. We have long treated roofs as commodities. We haven't really been building the kinds of roofs that we should have been building in Oklahoma for years and years. The roofing industry has a lot of responsibility in that, and the way they've kind of dumbed things down and been about the low price or the cost, and that's not selling value, not selling systems roofs, not really enhancing the quality of the roof systems on homes and apartments and commercial buildings and all structures in Oklahoma. The reality of it is that a roof is the second most important system in any structure after only the foundation. And the roof is the number one system when it comes to weather shedding. It is what protects lives and protects property. And we should not be treating roofs as commodities. We should be understanding that there are products and there are systems and there are methodologies out there that will produce roofs that actually stand up to everything that Mother Nature throws to us here in Oklahoma and throughout the Hail Belt and Tornado Alley. This is critically important for people to kind of reset, rethink, and understand the critical nature of that roof when it comes to protecting them.
A lot of homeowners are going to be very surprised to hear that these roofs can actually survive Oklahoma weather, though.
Well, it's one of those things that the things that I hear over and over again, I hear it through the roofing and restoration industry. I hear it from consumers of all ilks. Well, it's just a roof and there's going to be another storm and the insurance company is going to pay for it. So why should we invest in better? Well, there's a lot of reasons you should invest in better. Number one, this is about lives and this is about protecting property. That should be all the motivation you need to invest in better. But beyond that, the reality is that insurance companies get their brains beat out with essentially wind and hail losses, predominantly hail in this part of the country. And we can install roof systems in Oklahoma that will stand up to the hail that Mother Nature throws at us here. I have been installing systems roofs in Oklahoma for over 15 years, where we're taking a systems being one manufacturer's products that were designed to be installed in a certain way with a premium impact resistant product on top and proper ventilation incorporated into that assembly. Those roofs perform. Those roofs have been performing. I've got roofs that I put on 20 years ago that essentially look like the day I put them on. And they've been through every bit of weather that Oklahoma has thrown at them for all these years, and they're still there. Now, some of those older roofs from the 2010s up to about 2015, 16, 17. We are replacing a few of those roofs. Generally, they're not getting replaced because they're destroyed by hail. They're getting replaced because those products are now discontinued. That was the old technology. That was what was called scrim technology, where essentially asphalt was applied on a fiberglass mat. And the concept was that the fiberglass mat would then distribute the energy from the impact of the hail throughout the entire field of the shingle. So it wasn't that point impact. Okay. In other words, it dissipated the energy throughout the entire area of the shingle. That's how that technology worked. And it was beautiful. I mean, that was my go-to technology, what I've been building in Oklahoma forever that has served the clients here. Most of those roofs are still in place, just like they were the day I put them on. In 2017, 2018, we morphed. I was watching the testing on what is called SBS-modified asphalt polymer technology. I was looking at the developments of the new, commonly known as flex technologies, and looking at performance in what we know as severe hail, which is hail over 2 inches. And in all of the testing, I could see that the new technology, the flex technology, was going to outperform my old scrim technology by 20, 30, 40% in an event of severe hail. Well, as a roofing contractor, as a restoration contractor who feels a duty to our clients to protect them, I have to show them the best of what I have available to them. So I immediately made the decision that I was no longer going to install what had been my default shingle for all these years. I was no longer going to install that. I was going to change all of my clients. We took every contract that was in place for the old technology, went to every one of those clients, explained to them the benefits of the new technology, and moved them into SBS-modified technology. I have never replaced one of those roofs in Oklahoma for hail damage. I replaced the first one I have ever replaced last year or early this year. It was damaged by tornado debris impact. It was literally scoured by someone else's house blown apart, blowing across the roof and destroying the roof. But that is the only SBS modified flex technology roof that I have ever replaced. Now, in the year since 2018, the old scrim technology has now been discontinued by the manufacturer. Therefore, some of those roofs get minor damage and ultimately end up getting replaced because they're discontinued shingles, not because they're damaged in such a way that they must be replaced. They simply are not repairable because you don't have products to repair them with. So that's kind of how that works. The truth of the matter is that we have roofs that had been through hail in excess of 5 inches in Oklahoma, and that hail did not touch this technology. Okay. So when I tell people that I'm installing a systems roof, I'm installing a roof with SBS Flex technology. I honestly believe that roof is going to be here short of a high EF2 or above tornado wind event. That roof is going to be here for 25, 30, 40 years. And assuming that roof is installed correctly with proper ventilation, which all of my roofs are, it is going to perform to a level that everyone is getting benefit and value from. And the insurance company's loss ratios are going to reflect the performance of these enhanced systems and these enhanced shingle technologies.